welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot. And today's pick a card reading, who has a crush on you? So today we're going to take a look at someone in your life that has a crush on you and you may not even know it. We're going to take a look at who this person is, what their energy is, what it is about you that they like so much, and what advice Spirit has for you moving forward. Now remember, these messages are timeless, and so they find you whenever you're ready to receive them. So just take a moment to sit back and relax, take a deep breath, and allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. If you need another minute, this is the perfect time to pause the video, and when you're ready, you can go straight to your reading at the timestamps below. So let's just get started with pile number 1. Welcome to pile number 1 for the pick a card, who has a crush on you? And let's just get right into it. This person is the warrior. Wow. Beautiful, strong fighter spirit coming in also with a Venus in Aquarius. So a little bit unconventional when it comes to love. A little bit, off the beaten track. We also have a 9 of Swords. So there's some anxiety here we're going to talk about, as well as a 6 of Cups. A lot of affection and memories even. You may know this person for quite some time. Why do they like you so much? They see you resonating with that cat spirit. It's your independence. They love your independence. What else do we have? Ace of Swords. A whole new outlook and understanding, truth coming in, and more swords energy. A lot of air in this reading. You may be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We already have Aquarius showing up here. What does Spirit have to say? There is an unveiling happening. So I think this is going to be quite a truth coming out with this person, right? Spirit of the anchor and spirit of the fox, right? So with the anchor, we have an investment, we have stability, grounding, and the fox is super, super clever, very strategic. Right away, I get a vibe that this is someone you know, someone you may have some history with, certainly a friendship with. It doesn't feel like, it's a crush, right? So it's quite fresh. But don't worry, we're going to go into it with clarifiers and more cards as well as zodiac runes. But let's just jump into who this person is and how they love. So they're a warrior, right? They're warrior energy. This is someone who's used to sort of battling and fighting for what they want, for what they believe in. They don't shy away from the tough decisions and the tough actions, right? Warrior spirit is somebody who's willing to give it their all, especially when you are dealing with matters of the heart, matters of principle, right? Inherent in this warrior energy is wanting to defend what is right, right? And wanting to fight for it. But along with that, this person has a Venus and Aquarius type energy. Now, this may not be what they have in their chart, but this is kind of their energy when it comes to love. And this is it can come across very detached. This is someone who's very unconventional. They like unconventional relationships. They like their freedom. They can often become lovers with friends, right? Friends become lovers, lovers become friends. They have a very broad, sort of open idea of what it is to be in a relationship and to have love connections. Now, this 9 of Swords is here and a 6 of Cups. Yeah. This person is interesting. There is anxiety here, along with that 6 of Cups, which I spoke on when I first laid the card, a feeling that they know you already. So on the one hand, you're dealing with somebody who, they're kind of detached when it comes to love. They have a real sense of their freedom. They love their freedom. This type of person may be in open relationships, that sort of thing. They don't like to be sort of tied down to any one idea. They don't like to be put into any one box. So they love that freedom. And you right away see that they're willing to fight for that, right? Warrior energy. This person is willing to defend and and maintain, right, themselves, their stance, protection over who they are, what they believe in. And yet there is anxiety here when it comes to this crush. So this is what makes me feel like this person has all of these personality, like characteristics of their personality, which is very strong and independent. And yet when it comes to this crush with you, they're very nervous and unsure. And it's because I feel strongly like you two may have been friends for quite some time. And so they're able to put on this sort of, and I don't say that it is an act. This is really who they are. They are a warrior. They do look at relationships very differently than sort of what is conventional. They do enjoy their freedom. They have a rather detached sort of attitude that they come across with. This is not someone who's very touchy-feely, needy, or anything like that. And yet they are very nervous about their crush with you. It almost feels as though this crush with you is like just something more important and deeper. Let's see a little bit more. There's your Six of Cups again. You two are absolutely friends and have known each other for a long time. There's an affection here. There's a history here. Nine of Pentacles. Also, this person absolutely is just extremely independent in every way. They're independent when it comes to their money, their job, how they live. They do well. They make very good money. This feels like one of these friends, the two of you may have even been on vacations together as friends, right? And have this kind of, you know how friends, you grow up with people or you know somebody for a very long time, there's a level of affection there that's very different than a lover, but it's still deep affection, right? There's that here. There is that here. And yet for this person, something deeper is going on. Right? They have a deeper vibe for you, a deeper like feeling for you. And it's because of the two of you being so close already as far as friends that they're extremely nervous about unveiling, talking about it, letting it out. Now, let's get to what they love about you. What is it that they're crushing on? Your cat spirit. Yeah, so this is one of the things the two of you share is this love of independence, right? And the cat is very kind of defiant. We all know the cat does not care what you think of him or her, right? The cat's going to do what the cat wants to do, and that's it, and there's this beautiful energy associated with the cat, this curiosity, this desire, this kind of very instinctual kind of way of just doing whatever it wants to do. That cat spirit never second guesses itself, never even considers, right? Now we have Ace of Swords and Knight of Swords, more air here. Again, it's almost hit them like a bolt. It feels like to me, like it came into them like, oh my God, I think I like my friend, I think I like them. And it's just come out of nowhere. It's really opened up a whole new way of how they see you. They may even be acting a little bit unusual around you lately, right? The vibe may have been, if you're resonating with this, let us know, let the collective know. But if you are, and you know someone who very much fits this profile, has the vibe, Emperor popped out. Has the vibe been a little bit different? Does it just seem like for some reason it's just not as smooth as it used to be? It's a little bit bumpier. Wow, Eight of Swords and a Five of Wands. Emperor energy is there. The Emperor came out. There may be someone here that is not interfering, but a part of this scene here that commands a certain amount of respect and authority. I wonder how this is going to play out. We'll talk more about that, but Yeah, Five of Wands and Eight of Swords. So things may have gotten a little bit weird lately. I'm going to say that. For some of you, you may indeed be in a relationship now, and this person is crushing on you. Have people in your life suddenly started kind of arguing around you, and you don't understand what's going on? You're like, what the hell is going on? You know, the two of you never argued before. Why are you arguing now? Why are you all of a sudden at odds with each other? There is a feeling that things are happening around you. I'm going to put these down here actually. Things are happening around you that are almost happening out of your control. And a real feeling of like, why is everybody's attitude changing? Where, you know, there's a competitive energy in the air suddenly that wasn't there before. Yeah. Emperor's the card for Aries. So some of you may have Aries in your chart, or you may be seeing an Aries. But yeah, this feels very much like, for those of you who are resonating with this, you may already currently be in a relationship with someone who is very dominant in your life, Emperor energy, very fiery. And suddenly it feels as though your lover, your current lover, and your friend who has a crush on you are battling. And they're kind of going at it, and vibes are off where they were never off before, right? So I want to go ahead and pull the Jupiter card and see what is the next step here. Like, what is the next stage of expansion in this relationship? Bearing in mind that for some of you, there's some extenuating factors. We have innovation, more Aquarius energy. Wow. Okay. So more Aquarius energy coming in, right? Innovation, finding clever ways to get around things, right? To make it happen. For some of you, that could be as even like, I'm loath to say, but there could be some third party energy. This person may try to get to you or get around this emperor in your life to get to you. So I know this pick a card is about who's crushing on you, and you know who this person is because they're definitely close to you. You have a relationship, a friendship with them already. But what's really juicy about this reading is all the extenuating circumstances around this crush. And this activity, this Knight of Swords energy of them really working hard to sort of like cut away any obstacles. There's a sense of urgency here, almost as if when your person has finally realized that they have these feelings for you, they want to sort of really get the ball rolling. They're like, they feel as though they've almost wasted all this time for so long, not realizing the truth. So there's this huge sense of urgency that comes in. Now they see you as cat spirit. I want to know, what is your animal spirit going through all of this right now? I'm very curious, like, because the cat spirit energy is what they see in you, is what they like about you, but there's an animal spirit that is carrying you through this right now. That is, aiding your spirit. And what animal spirit is that? The lion. Well, you might as well say that's a cat too. The lion, pride, fire. Pride and fire coming in, dignity. The lion is all about self-mastery. So for you, you are not going to be, you're going to continue to carry yourself, kind of like composed with the dignity and pride that you always have, right? Lion is very regal, very sort of, you know, all about self-mastery, all about, having something to be proud of. Sometimes people talk about lion energy as just the pride, but it's all of the work that the lion puts into him or herself, their own growth, their strength of character, so they have something legitimate to have pride in. And so, yeah, it feels to me like this person here may indeed try to pull you into some tricky territory, because I feel like you're already taken. This is definitely a reading for someone who already has an emperor in their life, emperor energy in their life. Someone who represents a very dominant, fiery alpha figure in their life. And so the crush from this close friend, their energy of really wanting something to happen here, being nervous about it, but definitely putting a lot of effort into it, maybe even putting effort into trying to get around your emperor and still get next to you. You want to be careful, because as I look ahead, we have in these spirits, right? We have almost opposing energies here. One is spirit of the anchor, which is stability, right? Solid foundation, investment, and one is spirit of the fox, sly, cunning. I almost feel like what you have right now with the emperor is your stability, your rock, and what is coming in from this warrior may indeed involve some strategy, some cunning, because they want a piece of what's going on. They want a piece of you. They want something with you. And it's very much this energy of somebody who wakes up one day, realizes that they kind of are in love with you, have a crush on you, and now they very much expect the whole world to sort of adjust to that. It's like, never mind that you are already in something. I don't have any feeling here like whatever connection you're in, you're not happy with. It just almost feels as though this warrior spirit is definitely at play here. This person feels as though it's worth fighting for. They're going to fight for it, almost a feeling of whether you want it or not, right? What does spirit have to say? There is an unveiling. Yeah, an unveiling. So the truth is going to be coming out, right? The truth is going to be coming out about their feelings and their desires, their intentions, what they want to do about it. And Spirit says, be ready for it. Yeah, it feels this is pile number one. This is what it feels like to me. The person who has a crush on you is someone you know, who you've had a long term, I want to say deep, close friendship with. But now that they have these feelings for you, everything has kind of gone sideways. And you're really put in a difficult situation, I think. They're very nervous about it, but that warrior energy that they're embodied with is not letting them stop or slow down or change their minds. And they're kind of ready to come in, right? You're feeling very much caught in the middle, unable to sort of stop them. And so you want to be mindful. This energy, this warrior energy that they have, and also this coming across as being somewhat aloof and detached, which is a bit of a red herring. In fact, they feel very, very deeply. It's going to be a surprise when it is all unveiled, right? All right, so now is the time that we go ahead and pull out the zodiac runes. Let's see what kind of zodiac energies we're dealing with in this reading. I am so curious what signs are coming through. So we have the sign of Sagittarius, a fire sign. Okay. We also have Cancer energy coming in. Some of you are dealing with that Cancer. What else do we have? Some of you are dealing with that earth sign of Capricorn. And we have one more that we're going to pull out for you. And some of you are dealing with that water sign, Pisces. So it's 2 water, Cancer, Pisces. 1 fire, Sagittarius, and 1 earth, that Capricorn. All right, everyone, thank you so much. This is the message I have for you for pile number 1. This was an interesting one. I hope it resonated. If it did, go ahead and let the collective know. But for right now, I will say thank you for joining me. And if you feel called to stay with me for the reading for pile number 2, let's get started. Welcome to pile number 2 for the pick a card who has a crush on you. Let's get right into this person. They are the Pilgrim. So someone who's always in search of knowledge, right? Knowledge, information, experience. They come in with a Venus in Virgo. So a picky lover, right? We're going to get much deeper into all of this. They come in also with an Ace of Pentacles. So a deep desire to start something new, a new chapter. And 4 of Wands, which is in fact the 1111 soulmate card. Beautiful. What is it that they like about you so much? Your hummingbird spirit. Right? Being here now. The hummingbird, so resourceful, so sociable. What other energy? 3 of Wands. Yeah, a lot of messages coming in. as well as the wheel is turning. So divine guidance and luck is coming your way. So timing, beautiful timing. What does Spirit have to say about all of this? Follow your intuition. Right? There's an intuitive vibe here. You already know what's going on. And spirits of darkness and light, spirit of the crow, and spirit of enchantment. So, prophecy, messages, you may be seeing omens or signs. Synchronicities may be happening around you right now. This is a beautiful reading. We're going to be, of course, pulling clarifiers and more cards as well as zodiac signs. But let's just get right into who is this person who has a crush on you and what kind of love energy do they have? The Pilgrim. Yeah, the Pilgrim is the seeker, right? Someone who's willing to travel, right? Searcher, the seeker, the one who sets on a path, on an adventure. They realize that the journey is part of, the journey is the point, really, many times. And they're very discriminatory when it comes to love. So when we have Venus and Virgo energy that says discrimination, this is someone who is very particular, right? They don't get next to anyone very easily. They don't fall in love necessarily very easily. It's very much a case of things having to be a certain way for them to feel comfortable, for them to be able to express their feelings and their love. This kind of energy also is someone who generally will be quite picky about things like dates, right? And the way certain things, they will have a certain idea of how it should be done, right? So along with that, Ace of Pentacles and Four of Wands. So right away, a celebration and a new beginning. This is interesting. So because for a who has a crush on you, pick a card reading, this is kind of like, from crush to marriage, right? And I think the thing is that this person, for them, this type of energy, the Pilgrim, this is someone who is very intense, right? There is a very particular outlook on life, objective in life that they have. And they're always kind of seeking for that perfect version of that. And so for them as well to have feelings and a desire to start something new, as well with that Four of Wands, it almost feels as though when the two of you meet, they have a crush on you. What else is just flipped over? The Devil. That's interesting. We're going to get some more. It's almost as if when the two of you meet, this person has a crush on you. You may not be necessarily thinking about it, but they have already imagined themselves being with you, starting a life with you. Yeah, there it is. Seven of Cups. They already have this sort of really grandiose, ideas and dreams of what it might be like to be with you. Devil energy is there. Now, I will say this. Take care here, and we look ahead to Spirit, follow your intuition, because you may indeed be dealing with somebody who resonates a little bit with that shadow side of the devil, in as much as they may be a bit obsessive. They may be a bit addictive, right? They may be prone to addictive behavior. The devil is the card for Capricorn and Tarot, but this moves very fast for them. This desire, these almost sometimes Seven of Cups can be unrealistic expectations, right? Yeah, there is some kind of feeling here that this person is just crushing very hard, very quickly. And oftentimes that is a bit of a red, a bit of a red flag, right? In as much as, let me get one more card. In as much as they go really from 0 to 80 very quickly, they want very quickly to start something with you, move in if the two of you begin dating, perhaps, right? Again, we're still only talking about crush status, but justice is there. Balance is necessary. Yeah, justice coming in right away, a feeling of This person may indeed also be very conventional in the sense of right away, we're going to do things by the book. They may have a sort of religious outlook or maybe a philosophy of faith, what have you, that requires them to really be very specific about how a relationship goes. This is heavy energy. So what is it that they love about you that they're so intrigued? Hummingbird, your beauty, your resourcefulness, your ability. You have so many talents. The hummingbird is so talented and so sociable. This type of animal spirit is, when somebody's resonating with a hummingbird, everybody loves to be around this type of person. They are always there to help, always know exactly what is needed for the group, right? If you're in a group of friends, the person who's resonating with this energy is the one who's always kind of like, oh, I know where we need to go and what to do. They always bring such a joy to a gathering. They bring solutions as well, oftentimes. Again, this resourcefulness to make sure that everybody is happy and having a good time. Now, Three of Wands and Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the two of you come together in a very sort of like luck way, right? Like, oh, this just one thing led to another. It almost feels like, that's funny that this should happen. Feels like it's completely by accident, right? It feels like it was one lucky event that led to another event, and then boom, somehow the two of you have met, right? So it comes in very much like that. Your meeting together feels very much out of your hands. That Three of Wands is an energy of you may have been calling in, right? There was a sign. There's a lot of vibes here of signs, omens, energy. Sometimes you may be resonating with this where, you're just the type of person where like, look, I'm waiting for a sign to know if this is the right person. There is corroboration that you look for sometimes, or reaffirmation that may have been here. It can also be because everything happened with such a divine timing energy that it got your attention. Sometimes when things happen and there are so many so-called coincidences, moments of serendipity, right? That it just like suddenly you perk up and you're like, hang on a second, what's going on here, right? When there's so many different omens oftentimes, signals, messages that you can't really explain that are kind of coming in and fitting into this picture. I think there's a lot of this happening here. And especially for your person, this person is the type of person who also resonates with that energy. They pay very, very close attention to signs and omens that come in. What else do we have here? Queen of Pentacles. You're definitely someone, wow. All right, yeah, this is a lucky meeting. Now, look, this is not to say that just because this person is feeling so serious so quickly that it's automatically, I did say earlier, it's a red flag. A lot of times it is, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is not meant to be. You do have 1111, the soulmate card, and Wheel of Fortune showing up twice means that there's definitely spirit leading you here. There's divine guidance happening here about this meeting of the two of you. One more card. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Having to do with maintaining stability and security, right? So everything is coming in kind of like with a really great sense of providence and good luck. There is something to do with business or material sort of aspect of your life. It could be your money, your business, your job. It could be where you live that you're working on, that this person may have come into you through that as well. Again, it seems like one thing led to another very quickly, right? And it could be through your work, through your desire at work or in your work life, your career life. There's something that you're trying to maintain. And this person, you connect with each other through that. But for them, again, it's almost immediate when they see you. They feel immediately drawn to you, immediately like a spark. This could almost be a love at first sight. Immediately they want to do something about it. And they know it's serious because, again, this person, they may have been searching for quite some time for this kind of connection. As well as they are not, with that Venus and Virgo energy, they don't fall in love easily. So for you to sort of evoke these emotions in them is very sort of shocking for them. They immediately understand the seriousness of it all. Again, justice is there. There is some balance coming in. There's some kind of official energy here. The two of you may even have come together during something like a business meeting or something to do with bureaucracy or, meetings, symposiums, contract work, any kind of business world work may be where the two of you were drawn to each other. And again, this feeling of just like spirit is orchestrating all of this. I want to go a little bit deeper and pull out the Jupiter card. I'm curious what the next step is here. Because what could be the next step here? Innovation. Jupiter in Aquarius. The next step is going to be something completely out of the box, something that is very much new, something that is sort of unusual when it comes to, let's say, finding time together, right? Innovation is there, Jupiter in Aquarius. It's almost as if the two of you may find each other, spending time with each other or being around each other in such odd ways, right? Like you meet each other and then all of a sudden you're running into each other all the time, or there's some aspect of this work that has connected the two of you that has been the impetus of the meeting that leads you then to suddenly run into each other all the time. You ever meet somebody and then within the next 2 weeks you see them 3 more times and it's like, wow, I never saw you before in my life and now I just see you everywhere. And so it just feels really out of the box. It feels very unusual. It feels divinely led. This is the thing that kind of strikes you and strikes this person. Both of you feel kind of like something is happening here outside of us that keeps bringing us together in all of these different ways and unexpected ways. And what does Spirit have to say about it? Spirit says, follow your intuition. Right? Now, I'm curious what animal spirit. I know that they are seeing this hummingbird spirit in you, and this is what they like. They definitely love that resourceful energy. But let us see what animal spirit you are bringing to this connection out of your, from your position and from your point of view. Because, the two of you kind of know something is going on here. I don't think that you realize or know just yet how serious this person is. Panther energy. Wow, shaking it all up. All right, so you're bringing Panther. They see you as the hummingbird, but you bring that fiery Panther, and the Panther is all about shaking things up, just coming on the scene, like, blam, and then shaking everything up, getting all the cobwebs out of the corners, bringing light to things, just turning everything upside down. And then when the dust settles, you are able to sort of tidy up and clean up things that you had never seen before. So Panther energy, it is a disruptive energy, but it's a cleansing disruptive energy. It's the kind of energy that is needed when things are stale, stagnant, when things haven't moved, there hasn't been any sort of forward movement, back, no movement, complete standstill. Panther energy comes in. And so again, I will say that the two of you coming together definitely feels like it has something to do with your work. You are much more dynamic in terms of the work. They, however, they're the ones who are very quickly consumed with these feelings for you. Right? And they're the ones who are very quickly kind of like ready to sort of, I need to know more. I need to know more. And this person, I dare say, is probably very, very sort of romantic. And also they love to fantasize and dream about this beautiful love relationship. You're dealing with somebody who has a lot of passion, I want to say. Wants a relationship where they can give a lot of passion. This person has a lot of energy. And they bring a lot of heat, a lot of desire. They bring a lot of intention. And this is, however, this is all part of their feelings for you. When it comes to work, you're the fire, you're the fire, you're the powerhouse. And together, the two of you really make a team, almost like a boss couple. Spirit of the crow, spirit of enchantment. Yeah, so much prophecy. Now, for some of you, it says here, bad news. Spirits, I think the crow gets a bad rap for that. You know, messages come in. Sometimes it seems like it's bad news. It's a blessing in disguise. But the crow, more than anything, is the animal spirit of omens and messages that come in, prophecy that comes in from your guides, your ancestors, your spirits, your angels. And then we have spirit of enchantment. There is a spell here, a captivation here that happens. And I dare say that this is a lot to do with your person's energy, because they, again, not only do they have a crush on you, but when they see you, they are like absolutely taken, right? They're absolutely taken by you and taken by the energy that you are giving off. And they're really kind of swept off very quickly into this world. Devil energy, this is Capricorn energy. I will say, the shadow side of the devil can get sort of caught up really quickly and obsessed almost very quickly, you know, to something that it desires, right? So we want to take care. This person may just have a proclivity to very quickly get worked up about somebody when they do feel as though they have feelings for that person. All right, now is the time we're going to check out the zodiac signs and see what kind of zodiac energies are resonating with this reading. Some of you are dealing with a Leo. Yes, that's strong fire. Some of you are dealing with that Aries, more fire. Some of you are dealing with that Scorpio, strong water, intense. Yeah, I feel like that could definitely be. And some of you with that earthy Taurus. All right, everyone, Leo, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, strong energies there, of course. Thank you so much. This is the message I have for pile number 2 for today's Pick a Card. Who has a crush on you? We went quite deep. This is a interesting scenario, and I wonder if you're resonating with it. Of course, let the collective know. For right now, I will say thank you so much for joining me. But if you are called to stay with me for pile number 3, let's get started. Welcome to pile number 3 for today's Pick a Card. Who has a crush on you? And let's get right into it. This person is the creator, very artistic. Oftentimes, this type of person is very sensitive. They come in with here we have Venus and Cancer energy. So again, love of family, love of art. Now, this doesn't mean that's necessarily in their chart, but that's their love energy. 10 of Swords, yeah, something major has ended for them. A difficult chapter in their life has come to a close, and now they are on a mission. Knight of Pentacles energy, very committed, journey, goal. What is it that they like so much about you? That butterfly spirit, the ability to stay strong during transformation. You may indeed be going through some transformation right now. Fool energy, also at the beginning of a whole new chapter. And that King of Wands, a vision. Wow, this is a beautiful sort of almost very kind of life-changing type of moment for the two of you. What does Spirit have to say? Cultivation, put the time in, right? Cultivation takes time, takes nurturing and energy. And we have two spirits. Spirits of the skulls, melancholy, and spirit of stone, frozen, delayed, longing. Interesting. A very sensitive reading, highly romantic, I feel, right away. We are going to go deeper with the clarifiers, of course, and more oracle cards as well as the zodiac runes. But let's just jump into who is this person who has a crush on you, and what is their love energy right now? I mean, yeah, the creator, along with that Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer energy is somebody who really, they are very close to the people in their lives, their friends, their family, right? They love loyalty. They love being very tightly knit within their community, having a lot of trust, sharing everything. They have a lot of sensitivity, and as well, they resonate with that creator energy. So you're dealing with somebody who, at their very heart, is an artist, is someone who likes, who enjoys creating, who needs to create, who likes finding solutions. This energy is someone who is very resourceful. You know, the creator, somebody who resonates with creator archetype is somebody who can really create something almost out of nothing. It's like the essence of being creative, you know, just being able to put something together that works, even when everyone else says, how can we do it? That's the deep, deep energy of creative resonance. Ten of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. This person's really gone through a difficult chapter. Most recently, they've really closed the door, the end of a period in their life, I want to say, which was very hard on them. They learned a lot of lessons, but they're firmly at the end of it. So it definitely feels like you're dealing with somebody who's at a crossroads. They're just about to sort of change lanes into a different path. There's definitely an end, you know, and they're ready for something new, and they're ready really to commit to it as well. So Knight of Pentacles energy is there, a real feeling of this is done and I'm ready to look forward. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. I want to know a little bit more about this, you know, chapter in their life that's recently closed for them. I want to say it was difficult for sure. Definitely involved a lot of ups and downs, mentally perhaps a lot of stress, right? Certainly, as I say, that's over now, but let's see what else. Magician energy. Wow, Eight of Swords definitely has something to do with their work or their art. Again, as I said in the beginning, I do feel like you're dealing with someone who's an artist here. You know, they resonate with that creator energy. And so when it comes to this difficult period in their life, this chapter closing, it was definitely a time in their lives where perhaps they were not given enough support or enough room to really be who they want to be, to create the way they want to create, to stretch their sort of creative and sort of talent wings, right? To be the magician that they want to be. So definitely it has something to do with their work, right? So this last chapter closing for them, I don't feel like it was a chapter in love. Definitely a chapter in their life when it comes to their ability to be the creator that they want to be, to express themselves in the way that they do. And so now that that is over and they're free, they're on this kind of path of really living the type of life that they want. And now they see you and they have this crush on you. So let me get one more card I want to get for that Knight of Pentacles, because it's as if they are now starting a whole new chapter in their life exactly at the same time that they've come across you and found this connection with you. Three of Pentacles, yep, they've just started a new job. For some of you, you may have met this person on a job or through their work or through their art, but they've just now or recently, I'm going to say in the very recent past, have begun a new path in their work, free from this last chapter, free from whatever was. They may have been surrounded by people that really constricted them, that really sort of tried to cut off their confidence. But again, this is all in the past, and they're right now very much sort of coming into their own talent, ability. They're doing quite well. They're working well. They're becoming sort of even better and I want to say more focused, even more money may be starting to come in, or certainly more fruits of the type that they want, right? They're starting to get the dividends and the returns that they've always wanted, that in the past they weren't able to find. And so now they see you, and you are embodying that butterfly spirit, which is what they love so much about you. There's something about you and your ability to go through changes, to adapt, right? To allow yourself to adapt and change. You may be going through a profound sort of change of your own. Butterfly spirit is very strong. It is definitely an animal spirit that resonates whenever we are going through our own sort of graduation, changing, transforming, resonating up. You know, if we have integrated an experience or a lesson or internalized something, and people around us, you know, this is the kind of energy when people see, they say, "Wow, you know, something's different about you." Right? Or wow, you know, you have a different sparkle. You have this sparkle about you. You have something. This is sort of very much in line with that butterfly energy, especially when we are sort of evolving and becoming even better versions of ourselves. Transformation is indeed beautiful. And so we have full energy here and King of Wands. There is a vision, and at the same time between the two of you, there is an adventure that requires, as we always say with the Fool, a leap of faith. You don't know each other. Very different to the other piles for today's picker card. In this scenario here, you don't notice there's no history here between the two of you. I think that when you meet each other or you become aware of each other, you will be new in each other's lives. But it's a very nice kind of build up to what could possibly be a love connection, even though we're at crush stage now. This person meets you, they're definitely on their own journey right now. And you are dealing with somebody who knows what they want, they know who they are. Again, you're dealing with an artist, probably somebody who's been doing, you know, they're the type of person, you're dealing with the type of person who whatever it is that they do, you know, if they're a painter or singer or some kind of other artist or whatever it is, whatever craft that they perform, they're synonymous with it. It's who they are. They're their craft and their craft is them, and they've always done it. And it's a huge part of who they are, and it comes with who they are when you're with them. But it's a beautiful part of them, right? And so they're very dedicated to that. This is not somebody who's kind of trying to find their way in life, trying to find out what they want to be. This person is very sure of themselves. And so they have that kind of grounding. But when they meet you and this crush develops, the two of you, it really starts off as one of these kind of like, wow, well, let's just see where this goes, right? Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the beginning, and then the Empress. Wow. So for you, you may indeed be coming out of an old relationship where you have kind of moved away, you know. You may have recently yourself been dealing with sort of the remnants of the ending of a relationship. Either you ended it or someone else. In either case, the relationship ended because it just wasn't for you anymore. Right? You outgrew each other. But I think that you may have been dealing with sort of the remnants of that in the recent past, sort of the fallout, the leftover, you know, the leftovers of when we come out of a relationship, you know, the leftover feelings and energies, thoughts that, you know, we have to kind of get through. Yeah, there's an energy of that here, and that really speaks to that transformation you're going through with that beautiful butterfly. I just have to show it to you again. I love it. Yeah, you're going through a transformation, and it very much has to do, I think, for some of you, with your own sort of healing from a connection recently. But Page of Pentacles and Empress is here. There is a desire on your part as well to put effort into something. Put that time in. The Empress is there too. You know, you are naturally someone who is a nurturer. We have cultivation, nurturing, cultivation, all pretty much the same thing, right? You are by nature resonating with that Empress energy, that nurturing energy. And it's lovely because the King of Wands comes in. I feel like this person who has a crush on you, they kind of resonate with that King of Wands while you are the Empress. Again, they are someone who has a vision already for their life. But at the same time, now they want to share that with someone, right? And so you're coming in, you know what I mean? Connecting with someone like this or this person having a crush on you, it's like you are kind of coming into their life. You know what I mean? And there's room for you in their life, but they have a very definite future. And that's that energy coming from that King of Wands. I don't think that that's necessarily, excuse my cat in the background jumping around. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing or that you won't have room to be your own independent self. But this is just to say that there's a very definite energy about this person and how they are moving forward in their lives that is there, right? Nevertheless, I think you're there for it. I think you enjoy it naturally with that Empress. I think you will indeed be reciprocal here because there's something very nurturing about you and something about that you want to cultivate with this person. They are very, very close when they're with someone. You know, although they have this vision for their life, a relationship with this person, a connection with this person, if it eventually got to that, would be tight knit. The two of you would share and share alike and be very equal. They would definitely, this is the type of person who would definitely depend on your divine feminine energy of nurturing. They would love that. They would need that. And in return, they have a lot to give back to you as well. This is a very dedicated person when it comes to a love connection. So I'm curious what your animal spirit is. They are in love with your butterfly spirit, which indeed you may be resonating with right now through your own changes. But what animal spirit do you bring to this connection? That's what I'm curious about. So let's go ahead and pull that out. We have the mouse. Wow. I kind of like that. That is someone very practical, right? That practical side. And I kind of like that coming in with that Empress. That's that grounded. The Empress is earthy energy. The mouse is earth energy. The mouse gets everything done, right? It's very quick, very talented, very able to sort of multitask. The mouse is all about multitasking, able to remember everything it needs to do. Oftentimes doesn't worry about the big picture or can get caught up, right? But here, it's not even so much that you need to worry about it. What I love here is that I think you enjoy that. This is a reading for somebody who enjoys that space. You enjoy that space. And I know what that feels like in a way because I resonate with that too. That space of like when you're getting things done, you're the one who knows how to get it done the best way, the most efficient way. You know how to, get multiple things done at one time. It's very grounded. It's very sort of creative. It's a creative process. It's multitasking to the nth degree. And it's that feeling of support in getting things done and shoring things up and having everything taken care of. That old school kind of like, I'll take care of it. It's taken care of. That's that kind of energy that you're bringing to this connection. And it's exactly what this person enjoys. Right? Because they themselves are I'm going to say, if you're dealing with this artist energy that I'm feeling here, they may be quite up in the air sometimes, their head really in their work. And so this is exactly the kind of pairing that it would be perfect. That is almost like a power couple pairing where both of you enjoy each other, enjoy the roles that you have. Cultivation, that's what Spirit says. Yeah. This is all about cultivating a connection, nurturing this connection, starting from the ground, starting from scratch. Page of Pentacles, just beginning. Again, taking a leap of faith here. Especially on this heels of this energy here. For you, it may indeed require a leap of faith to be willing to put that nurturing in to cultivate this connection. Because I remember some of you are coming off of the heels of the end of a relationship, those last sort of ending energies of a relationship. Whether you walked away, they walked away, the two of you may have mutually agreed that you just weren't for each other anymore. This energy here is also sometimes, yeah, you don't want to be with each other anymore, but it takes a while to totally disentangle. You go back, you search, is there anything left in that cup, until finally you realize no. And so it does require a bit of a leap of faith from you to trust again. Now, what do we have here in terms of spirits? We have spirit of the skulls and spirit of stones. So a lot of this is here. Yeah, there may have been some melancholy and depression. Again, I think it speaks to kind of this transformative stage that you yourself have been going through, and there has been some melancholy. You have maybe felt as if you've been frozen in time a little bit, delayed in love. But again, I feel like this is just the energy that this whole connection will obliterate away. And you're at the end of this energy here, because here we have this new beginning, this beautiful new beginning. We have transformation, butterfly spirit there for you. It does take time to come through. We do have cultivation, and we do have that beautiful Page of Pentacles, Empress, all talking about a newness, a new beginning, a new step, and all of the strength that is needed to put the energy into a good new beginning. I love this. I really like this. This is the beginning of something good. So not only does this person have a crush on you, but I think this person might be your next lover. All right. What zodiacs are you dealing with? There is that Earth, Virgo. Right away, we have an Earth sign coming in. What else are we dealing with? And there is that air of the Aquarius. I am not surprised because I feel Aquarius air energy around this person. Some of you are dealing with more air, Gemini. And finally, some of you are dealing with Libra, the final air. So all the air signs are here along with one Earth. And that tracks with all of the energy that I was talking about in this message. I love it so much. I hope it resonated for you. This is the end of the message I have for pile number 3. Thank you so much. If you feel called, you might want to check out some of the other piles. They may have a little twist. The readings were very, very different scenarios. But if this resonated for you, do let the collective know. But for right now, all I will say is thank you so much for joining me. This has been Bow and Arrow Tarot. I wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here on my channel for your next Pick a Card Love Tarot reading. Bye-bye, everyone.